If your dog has given you that long, quiet look lately, the kind that holds your eyes just a second too long, they might be trying to tell you something they simply cannot say out loud. Dogs hide pain better than any creature we share our lives with. Not because they're brave, because it's survival instinct hardwired into their DNA. Welcome to Pawmine's Secret. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 7 silent signs your dog is secretly suffering. And number 1 is the one that breaks most owners the moment they finally understand what it truly means. Here's the hard truth most vets won't say directly. By the time a dog shows obvious pain, limping, whining, refusing to move, they've usually been hurting for weeks, sometimes months. Dogs don't tell us when something's wrong the way humans do. They show us, quietly. These 7 signs are the ones most owners miss entirely. Let's begin. 7. The focused lick. Not a full bath. Not a quick clean. That slow, deliberate licking, always the same paw, the same hip, the same patch of belly, happening while you're watching TV, while you're making coffee. You notice it. You don't think much of it. Then it happens again the next day. This is not grooming. When a dog feels pain in a specific joint or beneath the skin, instinct drives them to soothe it with their tongue. The saliva releases enzymes that dull the sensation for a few minutes. It's the closest thing a dog has to taking an aspirin. Pay attention to where the licking happens. Front paw licking, check the wrist and shoulder. Arthritis often starts there in dogs over 7. Hind leg or hip licking, early signs of hip dysplasia or a strained cruciate ligament. Flank or lower belly licking, something deeper. Kidneys, bladder, or a digestive issue. And here's what almost every owner misses. The spot they lick isn't always where the pain begins. Pain radiates. A dog with a bad knee might lick the paw below it. A dog with a sore back might lick the hip. Watch the pattern, not just the behavior. Watch the pattern, not just the behavior. 6. The hesitation before the jump. This sign is so subtle, owners who see it every single day almost never catch it. But a vet watching your dog for 30 seconds would spot it immediately. Ask yourself, does your dog pause before jumping onto the sofa now? Even just for a heartbeat? Do they sit down unevenly, one hip tucked further under than the other? Do they lower themselves in stages, front legs first, then slowly collapsing the back end? When they stand up after a nap, is there a stiffness in those first few steps that melts away after a minute? These aren't quirks. These are clues. Dogs redistribute their weight to protect whatever hurts. Sore back leg? They shift weight forward. Inflamed shoulder? They sit lopsided. Stiff spine? They use momentum instead of muscle to get up. Watch your dog the next time they rise from a nap. Notice the first 3 steps. That's your early warning system, and I'm telling you not to ignore it. 5. Panting when there's no reason to pant. Dogs pant for exactly 3 normal reasons. Heat, exercise, excitement. That's it. Cool house. Nothing happening. And yet panting. Shallow. Coming and going. That panting means something. Here's what's happening inside their body. Pain activates the sympathetic nervous system, the same system that fires during stress. Heart rate rises. Breathing quickens. The body braces itself. You'll often notice this panting right after your dog lies down, not before. Changing position puts pressure on whatever hurts. They settle, pant for a minute or 2, then go quiet once the pain fades back to a dull ache. 2 things to check in that moment. Eyes heat panting equals soft, relaxed eyes. Pain panting equals wide, tense, scanning the room. Mouth corners happy pant equals corners pulled back in an almost smile. Pain pant equals corners pulled forward, tight and flat. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. 4. The food bowl trick. When a dog starts eating slower, leaving food, or refusing kibble they've eaten happily for years, most owners assume one thing. They're just being picky. Most of the time, they're not. Watch how they eat, not just whether they eat asterisk. Chewing on one side of their mouth, cracked tooth or abscess, common in dogs over 6, nearly invisible from outside. Dropping kibble mid-bite, jaw or neck issue. Eating soft food but leaving the hard pieces, same problem. Approaching the bowl eagerly, then walking away, they're hungry, but lowering their head hurts. Try this simple test this week asterisk. Place their food bowl at chest height on a step or a box. If they eat faster or more eagerly, they likely have neck or spine pain. If it makes no difference, look at the mouth or the gut. That one small test has saved thousands of dogs' years of silent suffering. 3. When they pull away from your touch. For years, maybe a decade, you've scratched the same spot behind their ears, rubbed their chest that exact way, given them belly rubs on the rug every evening. Then one day, almost without warning, they flinch. They duck. They stand up and walk a few steps away. It is not that they don't love you anymore. It's that the part of their body you're touching has started to hurt, and they can't tell you with words, so they tell you with distance. Watch for the body language. Head slightly lowered, ears back, mouth closed tight, and then a calm, quiet retreat. Not a growl, not a snap, not yet, because their first instinct is to escape the pain without hurting the person causing it. This is the sign most owners take personally. They pull back. They pet their dog less. And months pass before the real cause is found. If your dog suddenly doesn't want to be touched somewhere specific, that spot is the diagnosis. Tell your vet exactly where. They'll thank you for it. 2. Sleeping more, but not resting. There is a world of difference between deep sleep and pain sleep. And this is where owners get fooled because on the surface they look identical. A healthy dog sleeps in roughly the same position for long stretches. They shift, stretch, resettle, go quiet. Breathing slows. Muscles relax. A dog in pain sleeps in short, restless bursts. Position changes every 10, 15, 20 minutes. Stand up. Turn in a circle. Lie back down. An hour later again. They'll avoid their favorite bed if the cushioning presses on a sore spot. They'll migrate from the carpet to the cold tile and back again, searching for relief they can't find. Listen for the sigh. Not the contented settling sigh of a happy dog, but a long, resigned exhale. The sound a person makes when they simply cannot get comfortable no matter what they try. Sleeping more isn't always rest. Sometimes it's exhaustion from never being able to truly rest. If your dog changes positions more than 5 times an hour during what should be deep sleep, that is your dog telling you in the only language they have that something hurts every time they try to be still. 1. The look. You know the one. Your dog is standing in the kitchen, or sitting by your feet, or lying on their bed across the room. And they look at you, not for food, not for a walk, not for attention. They just hold your eyes. For seconds. 5. Longer than feels normal. And you look back, and something in you tightens and you don't know why. That look is the most honest communication a dog will ever have with us. When they've tried everything else. The licking, the hesitation, the restlessness, the flinching, and nothing has been noticed, the last thing they can do is look at us. Directly. Quietly. For as long as it takes. Dogs don't hold eye contact without reason. In their world, a long gaze is deeply meaningful. It is a request. When a dog is in pain and has given up on the subtler signals, they will look at their person with a new kind of stillness. No talbag. No head tilt. Just a long, calm, searching gaze. Owners describe it the same way over and over. Asterisk. They were trying to tell me something. Asterisk. They are. Asterisk asterisk. If your dog has been looking at you that way lately, longer than usual, quieter than usual, deeper than usual, don't look away. Kneel down. Put your hand on their chest. And make the call you've been putting off. Because the dogs who hide pain the best are the ones who love us the most. They don't want to worry us. They don't want to be a burden. They just want us to notice. If you made it this far, it's because you are the kind of owner who pays attention. Who notices the quiet things. That's rare. And your dog already knows. If this helped you see your dog a little differently, consider subscribing to Paw Mind Secret. We make videos like this for the people who love their dogs the quiet way. And before you go, if you've ever wondered why your dog follows you from room to room, even when nothing's happening, our next video will change how you feel about every quiet moment you share together. It's not what most people think. Asterisk, take care of them. They're trying so hard to take care of you. Asterisk.